Hi, I'm Phil Gibbs, engineer here at A.G. Russell Knives, here to talk with you about the Sandbox Dagger. This was a design A.G. was very keen to add to the Sandbox series, and one that we did extensive testing to prototypes and early models to make sure that it was going to perform to his level of satisfaction. We started this design in July 2017, and we started by examining existing U.S. military daggers. We focused primarily on the Marine Raider stiletto. And one of the weaknesses of a lot of these early knives is that the points are very thin and fragile. In fact, many examples of the original are broken at some point, and it's very rare to find one with a complete point left on it. A.G. finalized on a design that incorporated a 6-inch long blade, 1 3/16 of an inch wide at its widest point. He designed it so that the edge moved slowly going to the point rather than faster, as in the original Marine Raider stiletto. This, in essence, gives you considerably more material at the point. He then conceived a method of grinding that would optimize this thickness down the center spine section to, in essence, a blade tip that is 3 times thicker here before sharpening than most conventional daggers. He then conceived a method of sharpening them so that we could maintain his preferred 15-degree angle for the majority of the blade, and then as we get closer to the point, you'll see that the edge transitions to a steeper edge angle, again giving us significantly more material at the point. As with the other knives in the Sandbox series, we elected to use DM1, a very tough steel designed by Dan Maragni, a very talented metallurgist and knife maker. And it is a high carbon steel, so you will want to protect the edge with some rust-free. The heat treating of the blade is overseen by Dan Maragni himself. We actually went to the extreme measures of rebuilding the salt baths and quench tanks to optimize the heat treatment of these to ensure that we maintain the 58 to 59 Rockwell that yields the toughest performance for this material. One of the things that took so long to get this project moving was the testing that we decided to do. One of the things A.G. really wanted to try was this. We successfully pushed one of the early prototypes through an AK-47 magazine with absolutely no discernible damage to the point. We also stabbed the blade into a maple butcher block several times to ensure that the point could take some serious abuse. A.G. did not want a bright, bold etch, so we actually etched the blades before the coating. That gives you a much more subtle etch because it blends in with the coating. We then coated the blade with a DLC coating, it's actually about 90 Rockwell, The etch is done prior to this coating so that you end up with a more subtle etch that is not as bright as an etch that is put over the coating. Another of the things AG did not like about many early daggers is that they essentially just had round handles, so you never really knew where the edge was. With his design on this handle, it doesn't matter how you hold it, you always know where the edge is and how it is oriented on the knife. The handles are CNC machined from olive drab canvas Rucarta, and we place on there this omni-directional groove, which gives a very positive grip. This ultimately gives us a blade with an overall length of 10 7/8 inches and a weight of 5.7 ounces, considerably lighter than the Marine Raider Stiletto. The knife is 100% made in USA, as are all the raw materials. In fact, the sleeves and screws are made for us by a company in Syracuse, New York, that is owned by veterans. The Allen head screws themselves are actually blackened stainless steel. So, unlike many others that after you've used them and loosened them a few times, you start to get rust in the drive, this will not happen on these. The sheath is also a very important component of the knife, and AG went to considerable lengths to optimize this. There is a formed Kydex sheath in here that ensures there is absolutely no rattle at all. The retention straps employ shim stock so that they spring out of the way, so that you don't get any potential to cut the straps when drawing or replacing the blade. It is MOLLE compatible, as well as you can use a belt, and it has tie-down grommets also. It has a pocket on the front of the sheath that you could carry a small knife or sharpening stone. The sheath is imported. We could not achieve this level of sheath at any price in the United States.
If you guys enjoyed Phil, let me know down in the comments. He's not too sure about this whole video YouTube thing, and I'm trying to give him some positive reinforcement. He's got years and years of experience, brings a unique perspective, and it helps swap my ugly mug out from these videos. And I think it's just a cool thing to mix things up a little bit. So if you liked Phil, let me know in the comments. If you want to see more of our testing, typically we don't film a whole lot of it, let me know in the comments as well. The more feedback I get from that, the more likely I am to film future tests. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.